Grand Rising. Grand Rising to everybody, or Grand Day, depending on where you are. Welcome to Rising with Ra. I am your sacred space holder, or your sacred pharaoh, Marcus, and I also go by Crystolite. And today we are wrapping up Egyptian God and Goddess Week here on Rising with Ra. And on Monday and Wednesday, we went through the Egyptian gods and goddesses and connected the aspects and characteristics of that Egyptian god or goddess to our root chakra and our sacral chakra activations today, or throughout the week. And then today we are doing the solar plexus, and I will run through the Egyptian gods and goddesses here again shortly, but that will be towards the second half of the live. Hello, Queen. Good to see you in the house. Welcome in, everybody. Alright, so second half we will be doing our solar plexus chakra self-reiki activation that I will guide you through. And before then, we will be doing our collective card reading. So I will be doing a card for each day of the weekend. I typically pull enough cards for how many days it will be until I'll be present again to do the live collective reading. So I'll have one for today on Friday, one for tomorrow on Saturday, and then one for Sunday. And we'll be using the Light Language Oracle deck by Chloe Metcalf. Chloe Metcalf is a medium and a channeler, and she sat and channeled each one of these specific guides for each card, and she channeled through sitting with the guides the messages that they have for each card. And it's the Light Language Oracle deck for anybody out there. And we got the rain starting to fall. It's starting to rain pretty hard. Interesting. These cards never fail to teach me patience, ever. I also want to remind everybody that later today at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be co-hosting with my partner Holistic Butterfly, and it'll be Sacred Space Friday. So I just got the message. Got the message intuitively that this one card is going to represent our whole weekend. That's all that's really needed. just this one card to explain the energy of this weekend. And what a card for that, I have to say. That card happens to be Phoenix. I think we have a good idea, or somewhat of an idea, of what Phoenix means and what Phoenix represents in spirituality and life and about everything that we attach it to. So I'll read out the book just because I would love to see what specifically was channeled to Chloe through the guide Phoenix and what it means for us. So this one card is going to represent our whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it represents rebirth, trial by fire. All that burns away will be born again, anew when Phoenix comes into your life. This totem is very powerful, and the Phoenix channel for this card, in particular, has a bit of cheek to her. Rebirth can be anything and is often not what you expect, but it will always be what you need. And sometimes an almighty shake-up is good for your soul and what you need to help you learn lessons for the next path in life. Everything that has happened or is yet to happen is all because it was a time for the flames to help you purge what no longer resonates in your life. This is truly part of life, death, and rebirth. The spring will always return after the winter. Another way of looking at this card is not so much a physical change, but a spiritual evolution, where we level up to a new place of understanding, where our old beliefs and habits must fall away. Perhaps it is a time where the old ways of thinking and behaving need to be reassessed. This can be a huge challenge to your inner light burning like a raging fire. Allow all that can no longer resonate within your heart space to fall away, and let the new systems and soul beliefs form in their own time. Remember this, though. With every sunset, there will always be a new sunrise. Wow. There's our energy of the weekend right there. The Phoenix, the good old divine Phoenix. Yeah, there's some of us that are holding on to a lot of old things that truly have nothing to do anymore with our present reality and what we're experiencing around us and through us. And these filters and distortions and other things, they can be difficult to navigate around at times. I know for myself even, it can be difficult. And it's how do you put it to words? It's really, it's not that it's easier to let go and release things and put a little bit of willpower into wanting to change behaviors or thoughts. It is a little bit of effort, but at the same time, that little bit of effort gives you so much longevity and saves you from a lot of other things along the way. So it's like you get the choice of, putting a little bit of extra willpower in now and putting in the effort in the present to know that you are all that you need and that you can start moving through the obstacle, that you can start moving through the patterns because you're consciously acknowledging them. Or just continue to let it happen. Push it to the side. Say that you'll get to it another time. or maybe tomorrow. Or maybe when I do that again, then I'll think about it, instead of just trying to be preventative. Now, along with this card, and welcome in everybody, Phoenix is also reminding us that, wow, we are the eternal fire. It's not even that the eternal fire is something, separate from us. It's not something that is doing something that we can't do for our own self. The eternal fire is just a reminder, it's a reflection of what we're capable of moving through at any time, no matter the density, no matter the traumatic impact of the experience on our consciousness. We could still rise through it. That is one of the reminders we're getting with the Phoenix energy this weekend, is no more victimhood, no more blaming, no more externalizing our inner power and our capabilities, but to rise through it. Try to reframe your perception and the way that you're viewing your path, the things that you experience. And there's gold gems within everything, no matter how dark, no matter how confusing, no matter how chaotic of the time it is. There are still glimpses that we capture in our minds that are golden gems of wisdom or reminders of knowledge for us. So it's your choice on if you really want to try to see empowering things through the experiences, or if you want to be a victim and act like we're not capable and a divine, responsible, sovereign being. And it's completely up to you. Nobody can choose that for you. I can't even choose that for you either, talking about it. I can spend an hour to 2 hours on this live, Rising with Ra, and talk about this topic the whole time to you guys. But in essence, it really wouldn't matter, because it's still up to you. What you choose for your reality, and what you choose for your own subconscious to be programmed to, and for you to be conscious of. And I can just remind you, which I love to do. That's why I'm here. And this is another thing too, is that I often see that we try to attach ourselves in like a prideful manner into somebody else's life. Say they're like a star, or an actor, or just someone we idolize and look up to. We can tend to do this thing where we feel like because they're thriving in their life, or that they're doing things that are making them happy, that's then doing the same for us, and it's doing it for our life. And we just gotta be careful. We gotta be careful with how much we're externalizing ourselves. Like if we're externalizing ourselves to where we're basically giving more love and focus and time to people that we'll never meet in our life, that we never even interact with or see anything from, instead of putting that energy on our own self and our own well-being, then we can find ourselves really sitting there thinking that just because they're doing something, it means that, our life path is opening up more, and that we're doing something. And, it happens in families as well. But we have to remember that in the end, no matter how happy we are for somebody else, no matter how much we cheer on others, no matter how much we're there for other people's lives, if we're not taking care of our own self and we are not cheering our own self on and doing the things that we want to accomplish and using our sole purpose and mission along with our goals, then we're not going to truly evolve into what it is that we are trying to manifest and embody. So I just want to give that, like a really polite reminder on just not externalizing and idolizing, and not really having the need to feel like you need to look up to others as like your answers to everything, or the one that has the answer to everything that you want to ask. It's all within yourself. You have a brilliant consciousness. And, I see what's going on. The higher self just wants me to roll it all out tonight through the heart. Tonight. Time doesn't even matter. Phoenix. Yep. This higher self just wants the fire to come through. Because the fire is just trying to tell you that, like, without question, without even needing to sit there and doubt yourself or think that you're not capable or worthy, is something in its own self that we need to get rid of. Because there is never a shadow of doubt on what you're capable of doing. I mean, seriously, look at the life around you. No matter how, according to your own perception, good or bad your life could be, look around you right now in this moment and look at how abundant you are. Just materially abundant. That's the lowest form of abundance that we can have in this multiverse, is being materially abundant. That's the densest form of being abundant. Think about that. So think about how much more abundant we are on a mental level, on an emotional level, on an astral level. And it's all present right now, which is what then is forming it into material abundance. And we're so abundant that as soon as we think we lost something or it comes out of our life, we then have something else come into our life and into our perception that is of similar or even better value of the experience. That's how abundant we are. I mean, I can speak all day on it. The abundance of our choices, the abundance that every single thing we do is a choice from our own self, that then dictates the timeline reality that we experience. I mean, think about that. That in its own self right there. The fact of the matter that you get to choose in each moment what you choose to do, including what you get to say, or if you want to sit on this live or not sit on this live. And it's completely up to you, and there's no shame behind it. It's all about you and what you choose in your individual reality. No matter what you do and what you choose, it has always come down to you. That's what the Phoenix is trying to remind us today with this eternal divine fire, is that fire is washing away and cleansing. Anything that is making you think in disorder or make yourself believe that you are not capable, which means you're going to get rid of these lower thought patterns. You're going to get rid of judging and criticizing yourself. You're going to get rid of not feeling valid and worthy, all these things internally are going to melt away inside of you. And the more that you hold on to it, the more you're going to be holding your hands into that flame and fire, trying to hold on to and save these aspects that are no longer serving, that are trying to just dissolve and melt in the fire. So take your hand out of that fire, let it go. Stop burning yourself. And just allow it to be. Accept the fire. Allow it to sweep through. Purge it all out. Cry if you need to, because crying is such a beautiful way of releasing, and it's so therapeutic. Cry if you need to. Just let that fire cleanse. Feel that transformation take place. And then, as you know, when you allow yourself to release, you feel tremendously better afterwards. Then you're back at it again, living life. Just think about that. That is why the Phoenix is here, to remind you. Even through the pain and the dark times, you make it through. Make the most of those times, because it's usually a lot to learn. So Phoenix is our guide for the weekend. Rise in the fire. Don't back down from the fire now. Sometimes that fire is trying to call you out, saying, are you ready? Are you ready to transcend? Are you ready to allow the old, no longer serving to burn away? It's going to be a little painful at first, but then that pain is going to dissolve away, because it's a healing pain. Good old Phoenix. Good old Phoenix. Oh, one last thing. One last thing is, I can have you come on for a second, Al, here in a minute. So one last thing is, all right, are we ready for this one? I need you guys to empty out the mind a little bit. Up to you. Yeah, I'll let you hop on in a minute. So empty your mind a little bit for this one. Now, just observe this question. If you are not making choices for yourself, or if you are not talking back to your own subconscious and leading and guiding it on what to do, then who is for you? I want you guys to ponder that for a moment. If you are not talking back to your own subconscious with your conscious mind, and you are not making your own choices for yourself, then who is for you? Just think about that for a moment. Now, this isn't like a right or wrong answer type of thing, or a one-way answer. It's whatever you come up with. But for me, my answer to that question is that there's many different things that could be telling me what to do then. if I'm not telling myself what to do. And that could be my family members, it could be my friends, it could be people online, it could be these false light teachers that don't have the best intentions behind their teachings. It could be all the programming that goes through propaganda. It could be all the programming that goes on in stores around me. It could be all of these different things are what's controlling me on what I do and what I say and what my choices are, instead of my own higher consciousness. If we are not engaging with our own subconscious and basically taking ownership of it, taking the parental guardianship of the subconscious mind or the ego. And we can also be on autopilot, just straight autopilot, and not giving ourselves attention, not giving ourselves love, not giving ourselves a voice from our higher standpoint. And sometimes, that inner child and the ego, it feels left alone because we're not being conscious with ourselves. And then that autopilot becomes, just toxic behaviors, wounded behaviors, and these other things that are just not being addressed with proper self-care. So, last reminder from the Phoenix. Remember what you're in control of. Remember the aspects of your being. Nobody else is responsible for your being besides you. So just remember that. Phoenix is our card for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Typically we have one for each day, but Phoenix took over for this weekend. Boom. A lot of us have been doubting ourselves. A lot of us have been doubting our own selves. What we are capable of creating, what we are capable of supporting, expressing. Whoa. Uh-oh. The truth is shaking us up. All right. So that's our card reading for this weekend. And boy, what a time. What a message that is right there. I mean, don't really need to say much more. I mean, a 3-card pull comes out as 1 card, and that card is the Phoenix. I can put it many different ways and articulate it in many different words for you guys to just understand that it's all about you and your power inside, and that what you're going to do through your choices is going to dictate the timeline space that you're going to experience. Always has and always will. No matter what's going on in propaganda, no matter what's going on in the stars, no matter what's going on anywhere, it's going to come down to you, your inner power, and what you do with it. Where are you focusing it? Are you externalizing it all the time? Or are you balancing it, being self-aware with your focus while you're experiencing and observing? Questions to ponder on. All right, so it looks like we have a special guest, or a sacred guest, that is going to join us for a moment here on Rising with Ra. And this is a divine sister. She goes by Owl. And we're going to see what messages she has for us. And then after that, we will take a break for a couple minutes and then slide over to our solar plexus activation.
Divine Flying Soul Brother.
Hello, how are you?
Interesting when I Soul Child tagged me that you were live, and something was like, "Yeah, we got time." And before I even got a chance to, as I was listening to your channel, I had my little oracle cards out,
Perfect. You can be
and the
our first
card that
guest.
came out was the Fool. Well, it gets better.
Oh, wow.
Follows with leaps of faith. We don't get to look the other way anymore.
Wow.
Because the help is on the way.
Dang. With the Phoenix
But
card?
the only way is for us to reconnect our family together.
Holy smokes.
And then, as I was reading my animal speak, I heard turn the page. It said, "What page?" And that was right before your phone dropped, which I knew my grandma was already starting to cause ruckus, because we all know Grams loves to knock shit over. And it turned to page 234, and it was exercise 5, learning the art of shape shifting.
Wow. Hmm.
And now we're going to go to the fun part, which is what I've been connecting to as a oracle reader of the clouds. Here we go.
Wonderful. Are you light language?
The phoenix is rising. Because we're going to our higher timelines. We are in our higher timelines. And as you can see here, right about there. When I first saw the clouds, there was an elephant at the bottom, and then on top, there was a lion.
Oh, wow.
First, it was separate, and then it slowly came together. Unconditional love. Always being able to reach out. But shadow work had to be done for all of us. And right about there, there's an eye. Ooh, and our phoenix is rising. Some more. Also, the dragons have been back for a while. I actually have an earth dragon I need to show you in a picture.
The
The lion.
dragon. Oh, wow. Holy smokes. Okay. It's like literally got its mouth open and everything.
Mm-hmm. Because you're ready to receive the information. Slowly but surely, the family is going to come back. The ones that have done the work.
Bless nature.
It's either the archer or the elephant first. Tatashin keras at the The air dragon is waking. Probably the elephant, considering I can see NJ right there.
Yeah, I think the elephant comes first. Then the archer. The elephant in the room, and then the archer to capture the elephant.
There's a bobcat, and there's a raven that just flew over. Travel. Everyone's been getting called. We got ley lines to fix. Yep. And it's a tiny little horse right there. And now we got the shifting of the dragon.
Oh, wow.
Get the Samia. And the lion moved. Right there. I don't know if it's a seahorse. I'm seeing a duck. Energy of the children. We're starting to remember who we are. Downloads. Constant downloads. We got some letters coming up here. Someone's afraid to speak.
Umaya nashi.
There's
Usamaya.
a head of an elephant. There's a fish. I hope that's not what I think it is. It's the giant mouse. And the lost ones. Lost ones need to be found. Lost ones need to be healed. See a backward 6. Starting to change into a cross. Or a ballerina. One of the two. I need a selfie stick for this. Now I got a lady in the middle of those clouds.
Soul's lost.
Should I?
Souls are lost, need to be healed.
Well, I didn't.
They have the power. They just need the layers to be peeled.
The door has always been open. All we have to do is have the conversation. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It's not here. Yes, Sophia. I've been getting a lot of the Sophia codes. I need to do some research on them. So Soul brother, you know,
Yes.
you know, when I come in, there's always a reason.
Yep, that's
And
right.
the conversation that needs to be struck. We need to recover the memories of Sinalta. When you opened the timeline to Atlantis, you reopened the old timeline, friend. A divine masculine and a divine feminine has to go back, has to heal, has to release. You did not know, nor did I, until more recently. You did nothing wrong.
Oh, of course.
But the matriarchy needs to be remembered.
Mm.
Fun fact,
Yeah,
just recently they think they found the sarcophagus of Nefertiti. And
I
what's
heard.
really funny is apparently somebody altered the outside of the sarcophagus. So she couldn't be found easily.
Interesting.
The carvings on the cartouche.
That's so interesting.
Get that?
Yeah, they've also they found they found a little bit of stuff about Atlantis over in the Morocco area.
You open the timeline. You have to affirm the truth.
Okay. Yeah, definitely is wow. I don't have words right now. Times are shifting. Let's say that. There's an imbalance. Yes, there's definitely an imbalance.
Koya shaya la sila tiki no haya saya kata a inora siya tiki doria soe tiki. The translation of the emerald tablets was incorrect. Every chapter has a different key. The horsemen of the apocalypse are not horsemen. They're horsewomen. And they are here to remember how to heal back to nature.
Yep.
We will not repeat another cycle.
That's right. Yeah. There was a major imbalance of masculine energy in Atlantis. And yeah, now it's time to just really put things in the balance and the truth. Unayashia usunokoa nanashia asunushukoa yana yanasikia maya shua yana suwakia mia ushumia na isikia.
Yeah, I know it's going to take time. It's been how many centuries you've been calling it Atlanta?
Yep.
Maybe you can teach old dogs new tricks. Yes, cierto, eh? Speaking of elephant coming into the room, Senaltian sister. Tatasahata. Soraya entai.
I was reminded who I am.
Tasaha intaboshayati.
All right, Al. So we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna do the chakra activation, and that will be it for today.
Yay.
All right, Al. It was good to see you.
It's always good to see you, Star Brother.
And thank you so much for your messages. Thank you for being a clear channel for us today.
My new identity that's going to be switching over soon is Opal Mem.
Opal Mem.
My son gifted me the name.
Really? That's beautiful. Yep. Because Opal has like that rainbow energy. And then, so what's the last part? It's Mem?
Mem. Like mom, but he said Mem. M-E-M.
Oh, okay. So like Rainbow Mom. Nice. How's he doing? Is he doing well?
Both of them are having their moments for sure, but my son lately has been talking about the ghost whale.
The ghost whale? Is that what Moby Dick?
No, a leviathan. Times of rapture. We're not deep enough in the ocean yet. And oh my God, and Dolores Cannon is now live.
Dolores Cannon.
Yeah. She was definitely in Sinalta. The information that she knows is impeccable. And she's also going with a Kaya Wittenberg. But the information that is happening is the cycles are about to happen again if enough of us do not wake. It's almost like a bad Groundhog's Day.
Yep.
We all have the choice to remember where we are in this moment. And one of the reasons why a lot of us came together, for better or worse, is to heal the timelines. If we're remembering moments of trauma with ourselves, whether we were killed by each other or betrayals, those times of sacrifice can be healed. But there has to be essentially Ho'oponopono. Ego has to step aside. The betrayer of Sinalta needs to be forgiven, and he needs to stop the timeline from happening again. He has not learned. There is a song he needs to hear. Tasarelaya tikina sarasari suya da nana. There is somebody in our group that will be able to play the collective song. All must speak our language. Then the family will be whole.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that to come out.
You know,
But yeah.
that's the beauty of these spaces, is that it's an open channel field. So yeah, pure clarity coming in at any time. Wow.
So we're doing
All right,
solar plexus today?
yeah, solar plexus activation. I do self Reiki, and I guide everybody through it. And today we're also going to be wrapping up Egyptian week. So we're just going to go through the mythologies, and we're going to all be able to pick and choose, you know, which archetypal energy we want to activate with our solar plexus.
I saw something about the Vikings this morning.
The Vikings, you saw that this morning.
That's
That's so funny that you say that, because
it's not
hold
funny.
on. No, that's something else, because I was working on the flyer for Monday, which is next week's Rising with Ra, and it's going to be Viking Mythology Week. So something about Vikings, yeah.
Oh, if I mute while you were doing the solar plexus, I'm being told there needs to be Reiki clearing of who comes through.
Oh,
With
please.
your permission, brother.
Absolutely. I'd be honored.
Okay. Then
When I
I
hear
will
the
mute.
message, I hear
Get
it.
the
I definitely- Thank you. Now, so for everybody out there, if you guys are not following her yet, she goes by owl_say_it, owl say it, and she goes by Owl. And she's a good sister of ours. She does collective readings, she does personal readings, she does light language, she does Reiki, she does quite a bit. And yeah, just give her a follow, and you guys show her some love for coming on and sharing the readings and the messages. And yeah. So we'll go ahead and navigate into the second half of the live. And in the second half of the live, we will be doing a solar plexus Reiki activation. And I'll also go through the Egyptian gods and goddesses to let you guys be able to choose which archetypal energy you would like to assist with your solar plexus today. So let's go ahead and take a minute. So if you guys want to take like a 2-minute break, hydrate yourself, use the restroom, whatever you'd like to do, grab your crystals and your sage. We will navigate into the activation. And I will be sharing Reiki energy for all of you guys to know. And if you're open to receiving the Reiki, just open yourself up and receive. If you would like to not receive the Reiki, that is okay as well. It is your conscious choice. You can just tell yourself that you not want to receive. All right, so I'll be back in a moment. All right, we're back. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. And we are now in our second half of Rising with Ra, and we have our sacred guest who came in a universal, non-planned moment of existence, and she goes by Owl. She gave us a couple of messages, gave us a tarot reading, and some other wonderful light language to help activate our healing process and give us some reminders along our journey. And just to reset the space, I'm burning a little bit of Yerba Santa sage. And Yerba Santa is really good for not only cleansing space like white sage and Palo Santo, but it also is really good for opening up new vibrational fields and open space. Really good complement to it. All right. So we're going to be doing solar plexus activation today. And for everybody out there, a little bit about the solar plexus. The solar plexus is the yellow energy center, and it's located in the abdomen. And then it's going to have the characteristics of your self-confidence, your willpower, your ability to move and act. It's also going to be where you contain judgment, opinions, as well as self-doubts. So if you're ever struggling with those type of emotions or mental patterns in your life, the solar plexus is where you go to draw focus energetically and metaphysically to clear out the judgment, clear out opinions, clear out the things that are limiting our mindset about who we are, so that we can have more activated confidence and willpower and just acknowledging who we are as our divine self and trusting that we are worthy of sharing our gifts and sharing our light with others. And that is mainly what the solar plexus is. So I'm going to run through the Egyptian gods and goddesses. Now, there's honestly like hundreds of different gods and goddesses truly when it comes to Egyptian mythology, but I'll go ahead and go through about 10 to 15 of them maybe that are the main archetypes that you guys can choose from. And the first one we have is Amon. And Amon is like the hidden one, or the god that is undescribable, undefinable, and is permeating within everything and all. So no characteristics, no, just void source energy. And then next you have Anubis. Anubis is the god of the underworld. He helps lead souls through transitions, as well as weighing of the heart in the hall of judgment when it comes to acknowledging your own karmic energy and just seeing where you are in the lightness of your own heart. And next we have Bastet. She is one of the feline goddesses, and she is typically depicted as a black cat, and she represents fertility, magical healing, as well as self-care energy. Next we have Hathor. She is the daughter of Ra. She is the patron goddess of women, love, beauty, pleasure, and music. And she is typically depicted with a cow or as the cow goddess. And next we have Horus. Good old Horus is basically the archetypal Sun Christ energy. And he represents shining your light, shining your gifts forward into the world, being confident and standing tall in your light and your purpose. And that is basically what Horus represents. Isis is the mother to Horus. She is also basically one of the original goddesses, or one of the original mother archetypal divine feminine energies in the universe. And she can help with nurturing, protection, as well as motherly healing. And next we have the goddess Maat, M-A-A-T. It's one of my personal favorites. She is the one that carries the 42 laws of Maat, which are about 42 just divine principles of the universe that can help you remain in balance as well as lessen any karmic energy upon yourself. And this is the goddess of truth and justice. She also helps with bringing harmony into life, as well as being able to see the balance and wholeness. And next we have Osiris. And Osiris is basically the main archetypal energy for divine masculine energy, or the father energy, partner to Isis and father of Horus. And he's going to be able to help you with your actions, making your choices, expressing your creativity, as well as asserting your truth and asserting your light into the world. Next, we have Ptah, and this is P-T-A-H, and this is the first creator god. So this is basically the first essence of a formed god, rather than a Mun, who is the all-permeating, no-form source of God. Ptah is basically the first embodiment of God. And then we have Ra, good old Ra, who we're rising with in this moment. And he is the sun. He is the holding archetypal energy for knowledge and is the life giver. So when you tap into that energy, you're tapping into life-giving, knowledgeable codes and energies. And we have three more. Next, we have Set. Set is the brother to Horus and also the son of Osiris and Isis. And Set is basically the counterpart or the dualistic balance to what Horus is. So Horus is like that, Christ, Yeshua type of figure. Set is more of, the opposite, darkness, chaos, disorder, confusion, and things like that. So when we really look at things on a whole standpoint and see things in a mythology point of view, we're not really seeing it as good or bad or good versus bad. It's more of these are two different polarities of the spectrum, and these are the roles that they play in the universe and what they represent as a part of the wholeness of life. And as some of us know, through chaos and confusion comes a lot of wisdom, as well as growth and the ability to become more aware. And we have Thoth, the good old god of writing and knowledge, the messenger throughout parallel worlds to remind you of your parallel self in multi-dimensions, and is also able to give you keys and different knowledges about self-mastery. And then lastly, we have Sekhmet, the feline goddess, and she is a ultimate nurturer. She is a protector, as well as a cleanser of impurities and any vibrations that are not serving in truth and in purity. Those are some of our gods and goddesses for Egyptian mythology. So just feel free to put in the comments or in the replay or on the YouTube which one you choose to help with your solar plexus today. And Al, if you want to choose one, feel free to share.
Everybody take a deep breath in. And in that breath, know that there is nothing wrong with you. You are your perfect self in this moment. You are in your highest timeline. Yeshrileta yetakayesati koralaya salananata I gishikira sata I. And as we breathe out slowly, with purpose, with intention, as we visualize the door to connecting to our higher self, breathe in. Hirash katariata narashriata ikia dorila yalese toeki tata hingalando esheta ai kira satoyeta kina wahaile la ista la canta ishireti. Remember, you've done this before. Tashahaya tananyanta ki torlala yiseta roatanta itaishikiti. Breathe in. And clear the clouds, clear the fog, and breathe out. Hariyasatai nai, talayala sotokoyetai. As we connect to nature, as all our gods, goddesses, deities, and ancestors has intended, you are in safe space. You are protected. Harilasataka aliriyasueta inaka a. The dragons are here. Yarayashikirata a isirati I. Other mythical creatures are here. Kisitakurirata istatakarileta tai talarasatoyata kai namanahaya tai. The fairies, the nymphs, the fae are here. You are protected. Your inner child is protected. Your inner teen is protected. Breathe in and remember. Hayarasatai noe kitai. Doralasatai lota tikirata I. Pata a. Desetroleta a. Toriesa tacoleta ina a. Alasatai ayata. Nina galalalawe. Tadlaya sokoyana tai. Tishikinta asala ina ataya. Donoasa hina loka aya. As we open our solar plexus with unconditional love, without condition, the way it was intended. Hayasa kinaya tai. Torelaya setakina ita. Toshikandatoy. And be in peace, in knowing who the fuck you are. Breathe. Embrace the fire. As the dragons purge anything that no longer serves. It has done its job. Breathe. The air dragon embraces you. Yesakiata Yelasata Egata Hoskrata Iskutashtai. The dragons of the fire embrace you. Kariesata Hailiatoe. Toshikita Hayesotoai. The Fae, Tishikitiarasatai, receive you. Bahasatai Toyanakai. Remember your Fae, your nymph energy as it goes to the clouds. Tasahaya Nakai Tei. Toshinkai Tasatai. There was a time where everyone was connected. We will be connected again. We're already doing it. Tahasatarea toesa takira tamuaya tai. Tahasataha. And in this moment, Bishikiti siti gahasatarea torea tai. We are grounded in our highest timeline. Breathe and know who you are, who you were, and remember. Yeshataetan. Gigingin dorshian dai. Dasahalia doesataka. Doriana morae satayakata. Breathe and release. As we transmute our traumas and our pain to be released that no longer serves. Kisitiya tawe tamwai. Taraesa totataka anadadai. As we ground into this sacred space. Tashekoanta a. Bisitokoeta. Puisitikia.
Ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens of earth, I gotta tell you, please give our sister a follow. Please reach out to her for readings and activations from her. These are things that she has wonderfully shared as a gift to this world and this reality for quite a few years now. And that is our solar plexus activation for today. And, this was not planned at all. And this was beautifully in universal moment time. And I just want to say thank you, Owl, for having the will to come on and answer the call for yourself, as well as for the collective. And wow, yeah, I'm just really grateful. Grateful for the space, grateful to hold the space and allow that to happen, and grateful for our guides and reflections. Amazing. Beautiful. It feels really good to not have to do all the activations and stuff on this live. So thank you. Solar plexus. So remember, everybody, to truly just try to get that programming in the mind, to that remembrance of your capability and just who you are in the moment of every moment. It's truly amazing. And that's going to do it for today here on Rising with Ra. And we had our sacred guest, Owl, come on. to share some divine messages, some Reiki energy, some light language.
All the things. Whatever was needed.
So you guys will be able to watch this replay either here on my page, Sacred Light 33, and then if Al's open to it, I could add her as a collaborator, and you can watch it on her page as well. And then you guys can also watch it on my YouTube channel, either tonight or tomorrow, Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. And this will be in full, and we'll have a little bit of visual edits going on for you guys. So tap in, and I'll be back on Monday at 11:11 a.m. Eastern for Rising with Ra, as we will step into Viking mythology. And we will be talking about some Norse gods and goddesses. And also, oh, beautiful bird energy. And then I also want to remind, whoa,
Ravens.
wow. And I also want to remind you guys that this Sunday is the first in private Discord community gathering. So if you guys want to introduce yourselves, get to know each other, be a part of the community space, feel free to reach out to me. And after we introduce ourselves, connect, and be aware of who we are as sacred beings, as a community, we will then go into a sovereignty, I am reclaiming, chakra balance meditation. And then we will be moving forward as a community. So if you guys are interested in being a part of that on Discord, just feel free to message me and we'll figure things out. Boom.
And with that all being said, thank you, Star Brother. Just remember one thing. Well, two things. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Because the last time I checked, ladies, jelly spoons, and mosaics, it's fucking free!
Yes.
Love you guys. Till next time.
Thank you, Al. Thank you so much, Al.
Yeah,
The space is now closed. See you next time. Wellness, balanced vibrations.